Okay, hello everyone. This is Mr. Pyle. Today I'm going to be giving you a brief tutorial on how to get started with the music composition program Musescore. It was originally just Musescore, then there was Musescore 2. The current version is Musescore 3. So to get this program, you're going to want to go on their website, musescore.com. Click on Download Musescore for whatever program you might have, Mac, PC, whatever. So once you have that installed, I already have it installed, so here we go. Open up Musescore. You'll get this title screen. Might take a second to load. Alright, now if you've used this program before, it's going to give you this screen right away with pieces that you might have already composed or that you might have on your computer from the website. But today I'm going to show you how to get started and create a brand new one. So we're going to click on Create New Score. Title, you can title it whatever you want. I'm not going to compose anything. I'm just going to show you a basic song. So we're going to do Amazing Grace. Composer, that would be you, or in this case me. So put your name there. Okay, copyright, lyricist, subtitle, that stuff I don't really put too much of unless I'm composing for something that is going to be published. So, then you'll get this screen. It'll ask you what kind of piece you'd like to compose. General is just, you can choose your instruments, treble clef, bass clef, grand staff, that's usually for piano. You can choose choral, soprano, alto, tenor, bass, with organ, piano, etc., voice and piano, barbershop quartet if you're into that, chamber music, so something like a string quartet, wind quintet, saxophone quartet, solo, usually this is reserved for guitar and piano, and if you click on either of these, it'll give you a preview of what it is right here. So a jazz lead sheet would just be usually either a treble clef or a bass clef staff with blank lines. Big band for jazz band would give you the 5 saxophones, 4 trumpets, 4 trombones, rhythm section. Popular rock band or bluegrass band, I really don't use these. Band and percussion, concert band. This is the stuff that you would see in your high school or middle school, or the orchestra. So today we're just going to go with general, and we're going to choose our instruments. You can choose as many instruments as you'd like to. It gives you the choice. Woodwinds, any woodwind you can think of, piccolo, flute, recorder, oboe, saxophones. Brass gives you horn, trumpet, cornet, trombone, tuba, etc. Now, pitch percussion, that's like your glockenspiel, your vibraphone, xylophone, marimba. Unpitched is like your cymbal, your drum set, your snare drum. Body percussion, I really don't use too much of. Vocals, it's going to ask you just voice or whatever vocal range you're in. Keyboards, piano, etc. And strings. Plucked strings is more of your guitar, ukulele, harp, and stuff like that. And bowed is what you'd see in the orchestra. So right now we're just going to do a simple, let's do flute, clarinet, and piano. Okay, and if you decide you don't want any of these instruments, you can always edit them later, or you can remove them outright right now. So let's get our flute, clarinet, and piano going. Then it's going to ask you to pick the key signature. Now this is going to be the concert key signature. So if you want to compose a song for, say, the saxophone, and you want the saxophone to be in G, you would have to pick concert B flat. The alto saxophone, say, you would have to pick concert B flat if you'd like that to be in G for the saxophone. Okay? So we're going to pick concert G. Amazing Grace, that is in 3/4, and it's going to ask us our time signature here. So we're going to pick 3/4. You can pick pretty much anything you'd like. It gives you all the creative freedom in the world. And it also lets you pick from, say, 3/4, 3/2, 3/8, 16, etc., all the way up to 64. So we're going to do 3/4. We're going to put one pickup note right here. And let's stick it to 8 measures to begin with. Okay. And finish. Now here we have let me zoom out a little bit. The beginning of our score, you'll see we have our title. If you put a subtitle, it would appear there. The composer right there. And it's easy to distinguish these 3 instruments because their names are right next to each other. Now, when you want to start, there's a lot to take in on this screen right here. At the side, right here, we have all of these palettes. If you want to have a key change, time signature change, accidentals, new articulations, there is a lot to take in right here. I will get to that in the future, but for right now, I'm going to show you how to put notes on the screen, basically. So, in order to put notes in the screen, we have to be in what the program calls note mode. And you can do that one of 2 ways. You can either press N on your keyboard, or you can go up here in the corner and click on the N, which will put you into note mode. Now, we have a pickup measure right here. First note of Amazing Grace in the key of G is D, so let's go into our note mode. It gives you the choice of what notes to pick from here. So we have whole note, half note, quarter, eighth, 16th, 32nd, etc. Gives us the option to put a dot on the note. So if we want to put a dotted half note, we will get there. Okay, so the first note is D. Oh, you know what? Let me turn up the volume so you can hear that all the way. And as you place the notes, you will hear the note. So if I place a D right here, you're going to hear it played by the flute. Okay? All right. So let's write out our melody using these different notes up here. So switch to half note. Switch to eighth notes. Just going to put the first couple of measures. Okay, so we have about our first 4 measures. We're going to put the same melody in the clarinet. Now, keep in mind, clarinet is the B-flat clarinet specifically is a transposing instrument. It sounds lower when it plays the note, so you have to transpose it 1 note higher if you want it to sound the same as the flute. Because if we put the same notes here on the clarinet line as are on the flute line, it is not going to sound the same. Yeah, see, so we're going to get rid of that. Okay, put this on real quick. Okay, now if you misclick like I just did, you can click on the note and drag it up or down, or you can use the arrow keys to bring it up by half steps. Okay, so now that it's transposed, it should sound the same. Okay, now that we have our melody, let's put some harmony in the piano. I'm going to keep this very basic. You can put more than 1 note on top of each other, make triads or chords, and the notes will always stay within the key signature unless you edit them, and I'll show you that in 1 second. Okay, now if you want to put an accidental, like I was just mentioning before, if I want to make this D right here, a D sharp, I have 2 options. I can go to the side here, go to accidentals, and drag over a sharp and put it on that note. Or if we go back and we have just our D, I can click on it and press up once on the arrow keys to bring it up a half step. Now continue to finish this. So now that we have our melody and our harmony composed, let's listen to what we have. Okay, that's not the right note. Okay, so that seemed a little fast to me. If we go over here to our palettes, click on tempo, say quarter note if we want it set at the beginning, we drag it over to the first note, and you should see this little plus sign, release there. And then if you double click, you can type in the tempo that you would like. So let's say we want this at 90 beats per minute. And then hit rewind to beginning and click play to hear what you got. Okay, so we have our little melody and harmony right here. We could continue this on further and further. But if we want to save what we have, File, Save As, Amazing Grace, and if you have I'm not sure how this works on Windows, I believe it's the same. It will create a folder in your files called Scores, and you save it right to Scores, and there you go. So that's a little basic tutorial on how to get started on Musescore. Let me open up one of my arrangements just to show you the full potential of what we can do. Open. See, I have all these files saved. This is an arrangement I did for my jazz combo. Open up, zoom out, and here's a little bit of the full potential of what Musescore can sound like. Alright, so that's just a little example of what Musescore can do. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped, and I wish you well on beginning your musical journey. Thank you.